Those of you who have ever been to my house know that we share a driveway, or in fact, our driveway is immediately adjacent to a apartment building's driveway. And as people come up and see that, gosh, there's all this space here, many times we look out our window or we go out our door and we find there's somebody parked in our driveway. Either because they are mistaking it for part of the apartment building's area, and so, gosh, this is the most convenient place to park because it's closest to the door. I don't have to park on the street. I don't have to go all the way to the big parking lot in the back of the building. I'll just park here. Or sometimes it's a delivery person who just figures, hey, I don't care whose it is. I'm just going to park here for 10 or 15 minutes and do what I need to do. And we've lived there for 23 years. It's been an ongoing battle. And you go out nicely and you say, excuse me, but this is my driveway. You're parked in my private driveway. And it's fascinating the reaction that you get from people. There are a few who say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it. I'll just be here for a minute. Is that okay? And we always say, well, of course, since you have responded that way, but please respect this in the future. That's only a few of the people. It's amazing. The other people, many will just, and then you know how in cartoons they have that balloon above people's heads with the asterisk and the question mark and the exclamation point? That's the balloon above their head at that point. And that's all they say. Or others say, hey, I'm just going to be here for a minute, so bug off. Wait a minute. Can I come to your house and park in your driveway? Would it be okay if I came and just set my stuff, my boxes in your living room for a while? Because I'm just going to be a few minutes, you know? And we write little notes and put them on people's windshields. And, you know, Krista and I are human beings. We're sinners saved by grace. So we have not always been as gracious as we should be, as the Lord has been unto us. Sometimes we are like that guy who is forgiven of $10 million debt and goes and tries to collect his $5 debt from somebody who owes it to him and is not very gracious about it. But the way I think, I don't understand people's ideas, people's thought process, who when they respond to us saying, this is a private driveway. Oh, and as instructed by the police, because we've come to the place of having to call the police a few times when people are just, ridiculous. Hey, no, I'm parking there, that's it. And they go in the apartment and they don't come back out in 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, well then we'll call the police. And if you stay long enough, they will tow your car because it's private property. And the police have always advised, what you really should do is you should set some signs up. Private driveway, no parking. So we have. And they disappear. Because I guess people figure if there's not a sign there, then it's not a private driveway. I need to stop talking about this. But you can see, I don't understand how people can say, I don't care that that's yours. I'm going to do this. Because from my perspective, hey, this is mine. I bought this. This is my driveway. And I am allowed to say, who can ascend up to the hill of the Malin driveway? Okay? And we as human beings have taken a lot of liberty with the Lord's earth. For me even to say, I've purchased this property right here, it's mine. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I have permission to own the building there, but wait, I don't own that building either. No, the bank doesn't own it anymore. The Lord owns it. Because the earth is the Lord's, and all therein. Everything. And we so many times just take on that attitude of, we're in charge. We own things. This is ours. We'll figure out what we're going to do about this global warming thing and take care of the earth. And I'm sorry I brought that up because that just, there is no such thing as a global war. Well, we need to do something. Hey, forget all that part of the argument and think about the fact that the earth is the Lord's. So whether you believe that man is causing global warming or not, the fact that the earth is getting warmer is a scientific fact. You can, track it. The question is why? Is this different? That's the question that nobody really has enough intelligence to answer except the Lord. But what we do need to consider realistically, rationally, non-politically, but spiritually is how should we be stewards of the earth and all that it contains? And most importantly, what kind of steward to those who are in need? I've got animals at home. We've got, actually right now I have 3 dogs at home because the grand doggies are visiting. And I care for my animals and I care about them. But I got to tell you, there's this kind of in my gut that happens when I see this one commercial that comes on. There's just all these people talking about in such solemn tones about the things that are happening today, that we are letting happen to dogs and cats. And we need to give to take care of these. Okay, but are we taking care of our fellow human being first? You know what? I think God is going to be more concerned when we stand before Him as to how we cared for the human beings around us than the dogs and cats at the Humane Society. Now, I'll probably get emails on this. And that's okay. I'm not saying we shouldn't care about those, but we should prioritize. But it's all based upon the fact that this earth is the Lord's. It's not ours. And we don't get to choose how we will deal with it and plan it out apart from God's lordship and ownership of it. We are merely stewards. We don't own it. We are stewards and be given responsibility for it from the first human beings. So who can ascend unto God's capital? Well, get this. The overarching title of this is No Evil. Must have clean hands. Done no evil. Must have a pure heart. Must have thought no evil. Not an idolater. Have not desired evil. Not an oath breaker. Didn't pretend that they didn't participate in evil. Okay. Done no evil, thought no evil, desired no evil, and pretended no evil. How many qualify? Anybody here ready to go up the hill? No. It actually, when it speaks of has not sworn deceitfully, it's kind of interesting because literally it means to seven one's self. Seven one's self. Huh? Well, where that comes from in the language is basically saying over and over again, no, I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that.